You don't need to be in front of an amazing set. The lighting can be adequate. You don't have to shoot it with heavy-duty equipment. It's purely more of a matter of documentation. So it's that kind of thinking that we are looking for. It's like, what is the scale that you want this to be produced in? In other words, will the testimonials have to be accompanied with music? There'll be photographs. Will there be any archival material going with that? Will you be also looking for any kind of footage to add to that? Because then you start to open yourself to, I could do this and I could do that. Kind of like being in an aisle of a grocery store without a menu or without a list of ingredients. You know how you can go nuts, right? You can get a whole bunch of stuff. You can come back and say, because it was there. So having a plan for how big you want to go and what it is that you really need your organization to help you get the objective that you're getting. I love the fact that you have a very clear objective. You know where it's going to be placed. The question is then deciding, based on your organization's scale and your expertise currently, how big this has to be. Can it be done with a cell phone? My guess is that it can be done with something a little better than that.
Yeah.
Right? Can it be done with a camcorder? Do you own equipment like that with your organization right now? Or are you able to train your people to do this internally so that your production quality can rise from something in the past? So one of the questions I often ask prospective clients is, why are you doing this with us? What has happened in the past, and why were you happy or unhappy with that? And so I would turn to you and say, have you done this before, and what have the outcomes been?
We've done a little bit of it, and honestly, the outcomes are very limited because, the production cost, we don't have the skills. We just don't have the skills. We frequently use these. We have flip cams. It doesn't, it sometimes appears too amateurish, and it doesn't, but I now know, as somebody who uses social media, that the amateur is okay if that's the platform. But if I'm needed for something bigger, better, I need to be able to use it in multiple platforms. And so I can't only have an amateurly produced product.
Okay, I think I'm going to say something and then hand it to Mario, and Jeff, you can jump in any time. I think there's a way in which even low-cost appliances, if they're in hands that are trained visually to look for things in the right way, they can do wonders.
Right.
There are, at this point, iPhone film festivals where people have done entire documentaries and films on iPhones, which means that the tools will do what the tool user is telling it to do. And so, I think sometimes we can privilege technology a little bit much. I think it's also the creativity of the user of the tool that has to be, and that's where I think we can come in terms of helping you use the same tools that you have used and try them out, and or to see if you're interested in the production value of your electronic media project, whether or not you are thinking about gaining those resources